Right, before we start on the next step of the big station, the Grand Junction Central, whatever it's going to be. I had a thought. There's probably quite a few of you who've not made any of these Scalescenes model kits before, and the thought struck me that some of the card that we've it's not waste, we will use it, it's not waste card, but it's card that was been cut out, that card, that's some of the 1mm stuff. At the moment that's nearly all 1mm stuff, isn't it? No doubt we've cut out some 2mm, there's some 2mm there. Okay, heavy card, there's some 2mm stuff. Right. So we've got bits hanging about. And on the Scalescenes website, they have some freebies. A freebie, download, no obligation, just download it. And build it, and you can build. I think there's a low relief garage factory front kind of thing, or buildings. There is an inspection pit. Download, and there is this. There is this, which is a coal office. Okay, that's a coal office, free, built from Scalescenes download. Alright, so that's the underside of it. Very nice, quite like it, doesn't take very long to build at all. The equivalent in cut out card models is this one here. I know it says Weybridge on it, but I could have actually chosen to put on here. There was a choice, as the Scalescenes kit gives you a choice as well. This could have been a coal office, although I've never seen a coal office like this before. It's okay. It's okay. That costs. That ain't cheap. That is free. So take your choice. I think this one to me is a lot more realistic. I don't know about you, but anyway, with this here comes the Weybridge bit. I'll show you. I downloaded yesterday. Whilst I was thinking about it, I thought, right, I might as well show you. Downloaded the Weybridge coal office. Okay, it's on 2 sheets, one of A4. That's it. And it's divided basically into 4 parts. Okay, so you can see the dotted line that you have to cut along. The bottom you stick onto medium card, that's 1mm. Heavy card, heavy top bit, which is this bit here. Boop, boop. Stick onto 2mm card. The other sheet, the top, which are basically what he calls the cover layers. Okay, so it's the bits that go on side of the plain cardboard which you've cut out of 2mm or 1mm, whatever. A brick, or you can choose what you want. If you want a stone one, you can choose a stone one. If you want red brick, you can choose red brick. All the other options are there for you. You just pick what you want. If you're modelling an N, you can choose an N scale one as well. Slates for the roof. Something else that goes inside. Doors, selection of doors, coloured doors. They're nice, aren't they? Yeah. Ridge tiles, here we go, ridge tiles. Windows here, cut out, put a piece of plastic behind them. And your region signs, okay. And that says goods depot, and office. Goods depot, and office with a arrow on it, okay. So that's just paper, so that you don't have to do anything with that apart from cut it out and stick it on. You get a choice of 3 different coal merchants, okay. And then the bottom bit here, you got the dotted line again, cut across that. This here has to be stuck onto, well, it says light card, okay. Light card, I build automata, okay, and they're built out light card basically, and it's 240 gram, okay, 240 gram card. That will go through your printer, all right. Well, my printer, it goes through. My printer will take up to about 300. That's quite thick, so I'm sure yours will take 240. And that is that's the weighbridge base, okay, and the barge boards to go onto the building. So they stick those onto 240. All right, cut them out, and away you go. Of course, I mean the weighbridge base, you've no need to stick that onto a light card if you don't want to. If you can bury it a bit in your ground that you're putting it on, you could put it onto a thicker card if you wanted to. It's up to you, isn't it? So anyway, I'll be building one of these because I want this one's done. That's Mr. Barrows. He's a coal merchant, and he may have some competition, or he may not. I don't know yet. He may just have a weighbridge office. I don't know. Yeah, I think all the coal merchants, the way it actually worked when I was, because I was a coalman for a while, trying to make ends meet. Never a day on the dole, as it were, just to make ends meet. Yeah, we used to take the lorry. This is after they stopped the British Rail stopped delivering to the local sites. They unloaded coal to a more centralised site, which was in the large town, not the villages, that the train stopped at. So that had all been unloaded at that time. It was in Aylesbury in Buckinghamshire, okay. Then all the local coal merchants, of which we were one, used to go take their lorries and pick up the coal. So there used to be one large business, and then lots of small businesses used to come, and we used to have to go over weighbridge before we left, in order that whoever it was who bought the coal in the first place got paid by us and all the other coal merchants as at the end of the month. They could find out how much basically we'd made off with on the back of our lorry. So yeah, that's how it worked. So it's not quite going to be like that on my layout. I haven't got room for all that kind of stuff, but it will be. Oh, the other thing, yeah, that's the other thing, yeah. Look at this. Look at that. Coal staiths. Coal staiths. Yeah. No good waste time going and paying for a plastic kit. You can print this out as many times as you want and stick it together. It's got to be printed onto medium card, so that's 1mm thick card. That's dead easy, and it actually does look very authentic. Anyway, just it was supposed to be just a quick thing, wasn't it? But it wasn't. But now we'll pass on to what I'm going to be doing next in the build of the large station. Enjoy. Right, this is just a quick update, quick carry on from where we were before, because we have made, or I have made a few decisions. I've temporarily, first off I said that what I wanted to do was to build the overall canopy piece, okay? So the overall canopy piece are these two, and I said I'd make 6, and an outer wall, okay? So there is the outer wall. It's not quite complete yet, it's got a capping to go on and a few bits and pieces, but these glue to it like that, okay, and the other one will glue like that, okay. So 2 of those, and then we'll have some more in between. I think probably, I said 6 didn't I, but I reckon another 2 there, so that'll be 4, won't it? That'll be enough for that. But this side, or this side of course is the wall. Alright, we've got the wall. Made the wall. This side hasn't got a wall. This side is the station building, which is, as I said, the post and the parcels, the taxi offices or whatever. Okay, so that's built on this side. It has the same length as this here and acts as a wall, but here. So there's no need to make another wall. Not in the way that I'm building the station anyway. Whichever orientation you have the buildings in, obviously depends on how much you have to print off. Okay, right. So if you can imagine the trains coming in this direction here. Okay. So you'll have the platforms in here. Now this is only about 10 inches long. Alright, 10 inches long, that's 254 mil, and that's only the length of one coach, isn't it? So if that's meant to be a major station, to only get one coach underneath it's a bit that's not quite right, is it? So what we're going to have to do is to build another one of these, okay? So the overall length of the station, it'll maintain the same width. The overall length of the station will be 2 times that, won't it? Twice 10, 20 inches, okay? So at least we'll get more than one coach underneath the arch cover. So we'll keep more people dry, basically, won't we? At the end here, where are we? At the end here will be the main booking office and everything, obviously. Okay, so that'll go there, and that'll have the same width as the arch width as well. Fairly limited, I suppose, if you're printing it out on A4 paper, how much you can do. So that will be that end. It keeps falling over, never mind. The post and that will be here. Right, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to print off more of these. Okay, I say initially I printed off 6 of them, didn't I? So I reckon 4 here, and another, because we've got one in the middle, another 3 there, that'll be 7. So I need to print off another 1, I can, and build them. And right, what did I come across any problems building these? Well, they're quite fragile, actually. They're quite fragile. as paper. Let's put it that way. Quite fragile as paper. All right. So what it is, it's a lamination of a card. So you've got 1mm one side, 1mm the other side, and it's the bit in the middle is a 2mm sandwich. Okay, so it's a cardboard sandwich. So once you've cut them out, you have to glue those together. Then to finish it off, you've got these end strips to put on. You've got covers on the inside to add in, okay, and you've also got the underside of the piece. There's a piece of paper, print only paper, which fits there, okay. Right. It's a bit of a fiddle. It's a bit of a fiddle. I admit to it. It's a bit of a fiddle, okay. But the one thing I did find was that what I tend to stick the paper onto the cardboard with is this. That kind of, it's a kind of a, you know, a sticky thing. You know, you sort of roll it. It's what kids use at school. Strong. I find it pretty good. But if you have a thin, very thin piece of paper and you're trying to glue it onto your bit of card, right, that, or even that, once that gets moist, which it does do, even with that this glue here, it gets moist and it gets sticky, and you get it over your fingers, and it doesn't lay down flat. And if it doesn't lay down flat and there's a ripple in it, then it doesn't stick properly when you cut it out. It's the wrong size because obviously it's had crimps in it, and this you want to avoid that. So what I did was I placed it on the cardboard to begin with, like that, and then I drew roughly round with a pencil around the inside and the outside of it, okay. Then I took it off, and instead of putting the glue on the paper, I put the glue on the cardboard, on the carton, okay, within the confines of the lines, pencil lines, which I'd drawn out. And then drop this on one end, drop one end down, don't drop the whole thing down obviously, and then slowly let it fold down onto the carton, onto the cardboard, okay, so that it's perfectly flat. You don't end up with a tuck in one side, which is very easy to do. All right, very easy to do with this. So you cut that out obviously. These are the two outers. Oh, sorry, did I just kick the doofer? Right, these are the two outers that you can see. So that's that outer there. Okay. And the inners. What did I do with the inners? I can't remember what I've done with the inners. I've stuck those all onto one piece of card. Okay, I'll cut those out. That's these bits here. Okay, so you stick that onto a card because it's less waste, less space, and then as best as you can stick the inner forms, the bits in the ham in the middle of the sandwich as it is, stick those onto a piece of 2mm and cut them out, okay, as best as you can without wasting too much space, which is what I've done here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which I've cut out, 7, 8. So I've got 8 of those onto an A4, which ain't too bad. That's 4 arches, isn't it? Because 2 of these to an arch, 4 arches. Yeah. Right, so we're getting on with that. And as I say, the thing to do, I think, is to elongate it. The actual covered area will elongate, So we'll make 2 of those, which does bring up a problem, of course, of what to do with the other bit of the, as this wall covers one side. If it was just one of these long, alright, then this side is the wall, this side is the building, okay, so that's fine, it's like a little square, isn't it? So the next download print, which we'll cut off, so I'll print again this here, which will give us another wall. So we'll have another wall coming on here, okay, coming this way. But what we won't have is anything to go this side. Here, within the building that we've got, obviously we have that parcels office and stuff like that. That'll go there, but we need something to go here. So I think what I'll have to do is I'll have to print off another wall to go here. Alright. The other thing that I find is fitting the stations themselves into the inside here, okay? The actual platforms inside. Right, if you can just get your mind working a bit, that's a platform, okay? It's not wide enough to be a platform or anything, but just to show the principle that I'm going to try and explain to you, is that that's the platform. Alright, so that's going to go inside here, isn't it? Okay, so we'll have one side, we'll have one the other side, and then, I don't know, one in the middle. Why do we want one in the middle? There, we'll move, we'll have 3 lines coming in, okay, so we'll have a platform to, so one platform will be one side, we'll have one line, then we'll have a platform which is fed both sides, obviously, then on the other side of that platform we'll have 2 lines and then another platform. Okay. Right, I won't waffle on any more about that. It's just for things to think about when you're designing before you go any further, really, isn't it? Just don't go at it like a bull in a china shop. You have to think about it. Right, and or just been painting some flexible fencing for the going around the coal office up on the railway. Okay, so I'll add this onto the last one if it doesn't too long, and then I'll see you back here when I've done a little bit more. Yep, thanks for watching, and look after yourselves. Bye.